Hello. Welcome. How you guys doing? Today I'm gonna be doing a kind of a tier list for the characters who I think are must pull and some of the characters who, I would consider skippable characters. So this is not gonna be about all the characters in the game, only for the limited 5 stars because, the standard characters you can just pull if you lose 50-50. You can just get them from the 300 selector, and I'm also gonna put some of the 4 stars that I think are worth mentioning because if they are on the banner or something, you might want to consider, pulling on that banner. So let's start with Seele. She's the first character in the game, and I don't know. I feel like right now, yes, Seele is still good, even now with Sparkle release. You can use Mono Quantum, but there are other future quantum characters that will come in the game that will have maybe more impact than Seele, and there's also other 4-star options that you can use other than her. So with her as like, I'll say consider pulling for Seele, I'll just say that she's just there. And just there is just the characters that you would like to have on your account. So definitely if you like Seele, of course go for her. But I wouldn't say you go out of your way to pull for Seele, right? Next is Luocha. At the beginning of the game, we didn't have that much healers, and he is, I would say till this day, he's the best healer in terms of just healing. But that's the thing, he only does heal and cleanse, right? So I would have said he's a must summon maybe before like 1.5, but now I'll put Luocha in nice have. I think his value, of course, is great on a lot of teams. He's always gonna have your back no matter what. So if Luocha comes in rerun, definitely it's good to have him on your account. Next is Jing Yuan. Jing Yuan, huh? He's also now good with Sparkle. But would I go out of my way to pull for Jing Yuan? The answer is really no. But I like Jing Yuan as a character. So for me, I think if you like him from the story, I'll just put him also in just there. He's good, you just need a lot of investment and support characters to make him really work good. So yeah. I'm gonna put the 4 stars after I finish the limited 5 stars. So yeah. Next limited 5-star is Kafka. And if you are a DOT main, or like you have a lot of nihility characters and you want them to work well, you need Kafka on your team. So Kafka is really kind of like, I would say, the catalyst for that team. So it's a whole like that's a whole team that you can just with Kafka, Black Swan, any other DOT character like Sampu, Luca. She's good, right? But again, for me, making this list, I'm trying to share my experience and also what I can see other people rely on when using this character. So I can see Kafka in a lot of accounts, right? So if you have before Kafka, because now there was Black Swan last month, right? So if you have Black Swan and you have Sample built, you have Luca, all these DOT characters built, then Kafka is a must summon for you. Kafka is like in a very weird spot. She's a must summon if you have these characters, even Gwenfine, right? So I would say Kafka she's between must summon and like nice to have. That's what I would say. Like, she's really up there, right? So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like if you're not gonna rely on the DOT characters, having Kafka is just as a waifu collection. That's what I feel like. So yeah. Next is Silverwolf, and this one I don't know how really to say how to decide, because next is Acheron, and she gonna need nihility characters like Pella, Silverwolf, And she is still really good, right? And I can't decide now how valuable she would be if I can put her in must summon. So I'll still put Silverwolf in nice to have. She's still nice, of course, to have, even without a Charon for now. But when a Charon comes out and she's really great with her, then I'm probably gonna put her in must summon. You know. Next is Blade, and that's one of the characters too that really needs like a light cone. If you don't have any other option to run for him, he's sharing the same issue as Jing Yuan. Blade scales of HP, and that's something that not a lot of characters in the game do. And I think he's gonna have a lot of longevity. But would I go out of my way to pull for Blade and like skip maybe a new character? I wouldn't say so. So I'm probably gonna put him in like probably wait for a realm if he's like, you know. Wait, I really can't put Seele higher than Blade. Wait, no, hold on. No, I don't feel like that's right. I don't just put him just there. Yeah, I feel like that's brutal putting Blade below Seele. Yeah, I feel like if you like Blade, then sure. But in most MOC content and pure fiction, he's doing really well, even without dupes. But there is the issue with the light cone. So if you have the funds for going for both him and the light cone, then of course do it. Next is Imbibitor Lunae. And if you have Sparkle already and don't have this guy, you're missing on like a lot of damage that you can get with him. Now, you can still do that, but you know, you're gonna suffer with the skill point. But with Sparkle, Dan Heng is the best DPS in the game. I'm not gonna put any DPS in must summon. I feel like DPS can always be replaced with any 4-star character or standard character or any other DPS in the game that can just do damage. You can make Silverwolf a DPS, right? So with Dan Heng, he is the best DPS with Sparkle, right? I'll still put him in like nice to have, just because like the value that you can get from him is great. And oh yeah, QQ2, I forgot QQ2. Like the value that you can get from him with Sparkle is great, right? But if you don't have him and have Sparkle, you can still use any other DPS and still get not the same result, but close to it, right? And you can have more fun too trying other characters. Like the reason why I don't like using characters like so many times, because I feel like I get bored so quickly. So trying different characters is good. Jing Yuan now is good, so I like to use him back. I'm also gonna try to use Seele with Sparkle. That's gonna be fun. So, you know, try to branch out. Don't always focus on the 5-star characters that, you know, are destroying the game. But yeah. Next is Xuan, and that would be the first must summon character that I would put. And she's not mainly a heal. She does heal the team, right? But that's not her job. And I feel like even if she didn't have the heal, I would still put her in must summon. She's really good. And without even the light cone, she's still that good. There are 4-star light cones that are good. You can use the 5-star preservation light cone and the to shop. They all work really well on her, and her build is not that hard. Just give her speed and HP. You can of course go with effect resistance, and she's really amazing. Going for dupes is good for her. Going for her light cone is good for her. This character gives so much value to the account, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean use Jing Yuan back. So yeah, Xuan in must summon is 100% like no brainer for me to put there. Next is Jingliu, and now with again another DPS character that like I don't know where to put. Jingliu is my favorite character. I'm not gonna say Jingliu now is the best DPS because I think Dan Heng with Sparkle is the best DPS. That doesn't mean Jingliu is not good with Sparkle. You can still use Sparkle with her too. But I feel like you can get more with Dan Heng than Jingliu. So with this one, I would put Jingliu probably in... I'll put her in high just there. I don't know. Like, only Den Heng now with Sparkle. Again, I just have to keep, like, mention this. If you don't have Sparkle, I would put Jingliu in like nice to have, and put Den Heng below there. But now that she exists, he's really that good. Jing Yuan is also a good option if you have him. So these characters really shined with just one support character just came out of nowhere. So yeah. Next is Topaz, and my opinion on this one is still remains the same. I will say Topaz wait for a read-on, and I think you're gonna wait a lot for a read-on because yes, there are, you know, she's probably gonna read on next patch, but would you really want to go for Topaz? The follow-up support that she does, I don't feel the impact for it. So if I'm gonna go for Doctor Ratio, who's already free, I can just use support characters with him. Jing Yuan, he just performed well with support characters. So where is the follow-up buff that I'm getting from Topaz? I don't really feel that much of it. So for Topaz, I just gonna put her and wait for a rerun, or even skip for me personally. But in general, if I'm like giving advice to someone, I think Topaz is just wait for a rerun if you really want the character. Next is Argenti. Argenti's purpose mainly is pure fiction. I haven't seen a lot of people use him in the MOC. You can still, of course, use him in MOC, but his main purpose is pure fiction mode. And we have a lot of characters in the 4-star or even Himiko that are performing really well. So I don't see the need for Argenti. You know, unless he's your favorite character. Again, you just pull for the characters that you like at the end of the day. But this is just the value that the characters would put into your account. Yes, Argenti will be amazing for pure fiction, I think, for probably the end of the game. But do you really need him to beat your pure fiction? Because there are 4-star characters who are doing really well. So yeah, I'll probably gonna put Argenti in skip. I feel like he doesn't really do much outside pure fiction. So yeah, he's gonna be my first and probably the only skippable character in that part. Of course, I mean, I don't even need to put, but Dr. Ratio, of course, you're not gonna pull for dupes because the character is really free. So like yeah, if they ever rerun Dr. Ratio and you don't have the free copy, I don't know. And maybe so. Here's my point with Dr. Ratio. If he ever gets a rerun, I mean, he will, for people who didn't get the free copy. But I feel like single target content right now in the game has nothing much to focus on outside MOC, and then destruction characters who do both AoE, not AoE, but attack more enemies. I feel like they do more than the hunt characters. So yeah, of course he's gonna be there for now, until we have like a focused single target content like pure fiction for the single target content for characters like Dr. Ratio and Seele. Next is Huohuo. I know I don't pronounce the name right, but I really like Huohuo a lot as abundance and built-in harmony character. The energy that you get from her is really good. The attack, like, she's doing everything, right? I would say currently in the game, I prefer using Huohuo over Luocha because what only Luocha provides for me is the cleanse and the healing, which I get that too with Huohuo, plus the support. So I'll put her higher than Luocha and Kafka. I think she's really good to have. There are other healing options that you can go with Natasha, with Lynx, and there's also another character who's dropping with a Charon that you can get also for free. So the healing options, there's a lot to pick from. And there's Balo, of course. I keep forgetting Balo exists, but yeah, the healing is not the issue. Is that what also they can offer to the team? you know. So yeah, that's what I feel like who is really good value character. Next is Ruan Mei, and that is the next most. I mean that's the first. That's gonna be number one on the list. Ruan Mei, completely broken. Just it just changed how the game plays. If I don't have her on the team, I just feel like I'm missing a lot. Not on only damage, but how the enemy's just not attacking me. Like every time I break an enemy, because I'm so used to use Ruan Mei, I just feel you're just not gonna attack, right? You're just gonna stay there, and then they come back because I'm not using Ruan Mei and just wait. I'm not used to this, right? She changed how the game works. So she's a complete broken character. And if you have the light cone, it's a plus. If you have E1, it's a plus. If you have her E0, she's still really good. And her build is not that really hard if you just can craft the break effect piece for her. If you really didn't get lucky with the relics, just give her speed and make her survive. That's all you need with the character. So Ruan Mei is really good character to have on the account. I would say, yeah, she's the most wanted character for any account in the game. Next is Black Swan, and this one I'm also not sure where to put it. I'm gonna put her like so far I've been using her without her light cone, and I use her with Kafka, and I'm not that impressed with the DOT team. Yes, they can do really good on their own, but I just don't like seeing the small numbers and just the enemy just dies after that. But it's just probably a personal thing. But I'll just put her just there. If you have Kafka, of course, go for Black Swan. If you don't have Kafka, I don't see the point for going for her. She still can work well on her own with support characters and nihility other characters, yes, but she works better with Kafka. So yeah. Next is Sparkle, and this, if you asked me like 3 days ago where I put Sparkle, probably could be just nice to have or something, but now I feel like this is probably the third most summoned character, I would say, because just like Ruan Mei, she also breaks the game mechanics in terms of the skill points, where it opens a lot of teams options for your account. You can technically use 2 DPS characters with her. That's how she gives a lot of options for your team. So Sparkle is really good. Again, I wouldn't really go for Sparkle if you are DOT main like Kafka and Black Swan. They wouldn't really benefit too much from the character. But if you have characters like Heng, Imbibitor Lune, Seele, Jing Yuan, even Jingliu, of course you have 4-star characters who would benefit so much from Sparkle, like QQ, especially if she's E6, and you have what's her name, Shui, and even what's his name, I forgot it. Oh yeah, Dr. Ratio. All these characters do benefit from Sparkle. So yeah, like if Sparkle is, like, this video will be out when Sparkle is out, so if you really want to go for Sparkle, consider it, right? I know people have been saving for a Charon and trying to get her E2, but keep in mind, chasing dupes for a character will not be as valuable as just having another whole character on your team that can give you more options. The reason I pulled for Sparkle mainly, yes, I liked the trailers, sold me on the character, yes, I'm not gonna lie, but mainly because Sparkle opens so much options for my account, makes my Heng looks better, makes my Jing Yuan even better. I didn't even know Jing Yuan was gonna be this good with her, so she gives a lot of options for your team, even Argenti, you know. But yeah, Sparkle as a support character is really good to have on the account. If you don't have Ruan Mei, of course, try to go for Sparkle. Yeah, I think these are the 5-star characters. I'm not gonna put the Charon because we don't know yet much about the characters. Same for Aventurine. So yeah, now the 4-star characters. I think there are only probably 3, I would say, important 4 stars in the game. Starting first with Tengyang. I would put Tengyang in since she's a 4-star character, I'm gonna put Tingyang in must-have. That's a 4-star character, you know. It's easy to get, so I'm gonna put her in must-summon. Very good support character. You can pair her well with Sparkle. You're gonna be chilling with that. QQ, really good character, but she's the one that needs the dupes. So at least at E4, very good to have on the account. Very good DPS in Simulated Universe, in MOC, especially with Sparkle in MOC, she will shine. And the third will be Pella. I'll put Pella also in must summon. Pella is just amazing. I like her more than Silver Wolf personally, but for a 4-star character, she's really valuable to the account. So yeah, this has been a long video, but I just had to, you know, explain every character and why they're needed to each account. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you guys again for watching. Stay safe and